Ooh ah, ooh ah, ooh ah, some splendid news. Ooh ah, ooh ah, ooh ah, some splendid news. Wow, we are going places. Those fireworks were stupendous intro into episode 2 of Some Splendid News. We start every episode with the best thing I've seen this week, and this week it was a 10-year-old girl who provided 1,500 art kits to kids in foster care and homeless shelters. The charity is called Chelsea's Charity, and she's wanted to start her own charity since she was 7 years old. Way to make a difference. You are going to have a bright future ahead of you and make a difference in this world. It's now time for everyone's favorite superhero, Captain Will Allen, to give us our public service announcement of the week.
Oh, hello there. Didn't see you there, old chums. It's me again, Captain America. Here's another splendid PSA for you. Today I'm going to talk to you about hobbies. It's a perfect time right now while we're all in quarantine and limiting our outside time. Perfect time to get into hobbies, whether it be working out, reading. I personally like to go visit people in Philadelphia in the wonderful world of Animal Crossing. I love those little raccoons, they're adorable. Anyway, that's about it from me. When there's a will, there's a way. Captain America, out.
Thank you, Captain Will, for that. I had no idea that you were such a fan of Animal Crossings. That's great insight on what you like to do while you've been quarantined. That segues us into hobbies for our next correspondent, who apparently loves movies enough to where he is doing, well, he says he does insightful movie reviews. It can't get any worse than it did last week during his review. So let's bring it to Corndog Dougalhorn with the Netflix movie of the week.
Corndog Dougalhorn here, back for week 2. Netflix movie of the week, we got End of Watch. And you know, it's real good, real love story at the end. You know, you got Jake Gyllenhaal, who's trying to, you know, marry Anna Kendrick. It's real eye-opening. If you're looking for love, it's got it. It's romantic. But then, you know, it goes boom. Because it's, you know, it's cops, so there's bullets flying. You got this actor, I don't even know his name, but he was pretty good in the movie. But I'll say this is a lot better for Jake Gyllenhaal because, you know, Brokeback Mountain wasn't that good. And you guys know, if you've seen it, you probably didn't like it. Because, you know my hair and whatnot, I like riding horses. But, you know, Jake Gyllenhaal liked riding men.
Corndog? I'm losing my patience. First off, last week you said you're a huge Marvel fan. That's Michael Pena, the guy that you said was good in the movie and you didn't know. He's in the Ant-Man movie. So how do you not know? You say you're a movie buff, how do you not know that? And then Brokeback Mountain, I'm pretty sure was nominated for Academy Award for Best Picture, and I don't even think this movie was nominated for anything. I'm baffled at the moment. How many more seasons do we have him? I mean, how many more episodes do we have him signed for?
Well, he signed for 2 seasons.
2 seasons? We don't even know if we're doing a second season. How did he sign for 2 seasons?
Well, he said if you sign him for 1 year, you get 1 free. But there is a no fire clause in his contract.
I'm stuck with this guy for 14 more episodes?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's just move on. Now it's time for the weather with Moo. Moo, what's that weather look like outside today?
After all this time, after all you put into this, man, this is so big.
Well, it looks like it'll be another day to distress inside. This week's product of the week is this banana, because that's about all we could afford, to be honest. So let's take a look at the commercial for this banana. Haven't you had a banana every day since this started? If you're not careful, you're going to turn yourself into a minion.
Let me be, man.
Wife, they're playing music again in the morning. What the heck? I told you you turned into a minion!
Ba 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 banana. Ba 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 banana. Oh, ba 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 banana. Ba 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 banana. Togari no potato rica ni malo manica no chica. Ba ba banana. Yo plano fu la pano no tu.
Banana. Oh gosh, we're back. We'll take a break. Now it's time for a new segment, sports. Yes, we are going to cover some sports this week. As we learned, the NHL playoffs are set in stone with 24-team playoff, which unfortunately 6 teams did not make it, being the LA Kings are one of those teams, our very own LA Kings. And so to kind of commemorate their season, we will show you the 2019-2020 highlights of the LA Kings. Let's take a look.
Line change, line change. The Kings have a breakaway. There's no one in front of them. He goes, he winds up, he shoots, and he missed the entire puck.
Well, there's always next year. Now let's introduce our new sports correspondent, Jan the Fan King, to give us her top 10 championship moments in sports history. Take it away, Jan the Fan.
Jan here with your weekly sports update. With very little happening in the sports world today, I'm going to give you a list of my top 10 sports moments. Number 10, Super Bowl 52, when the Eagles beat the Patriots. Number 9, Super Bowl 42, when the Giants beat the Patriots. Number 8, Super Bowl 46, when the Giants beat the Patriots. Number 7, Super Bowl 31, when the Packers beat the Patriots. Number 6, Super Bowl 20, when the Bears beat the Patriots. Number 5, Super Bowl 44, when the Saints beat Indianapolis Colts. Number 4, 2010, when the Blackhawks won the Stanley Cup. Number 3, 2013, when the Blackhawks won the Stanley Cup. Number 2, 2015, when the Blackhawks won the Stanley Cup. And number 1, Game 7 of the 2016 World Series, when the Cubs broke their 108-year curse to become World Series champs. Well, folks, that's my top 10. What's yours? Back to you, Nick.
That's right, Jan the Fan. That sports moment in 2016 was definitely the best moment in sports history for any championship. 108 years is a long time. However, how dare you talk about Tom Brady like that? That man is going to do things that nobody's seen. He's going to win a Super Bowl in the NFC after he's won all those Super Bowls in the AFC. How could you ever talk poorly about the greatest quarterback of all time, greatest NFL player of all time? I cannot believe what I just saw.
I thought you hated Tom Brady.
I don't hate Tom Brady. I adore that man. All those Super Bowls he won from the Patriots and all those wonderful moments that the New England Patriots got. I mean, I can't wait to have those in Tampa Bay. I adore that man.
Well, this footage says everything.
Come on! I'm so sick of these Patriots and Tom Brady. Sick of it. If he ever became a Buccaneer, ever became a Buccaneer, I would not be a Buccaneers fan. I hate Tom Brady that much. Oh my gosh. Everything that Tom Brady stands for, I can't stand him. Ooh. Don't believe that, Tom. You're a national treasure. I would never say. Let's move on. Let's go to the next segment, please. Can we go to the next segment? As we wrap up the second episode of Some Splendid News, we will now be looking at, for today's episode, of Foster Awareness Month. For the month of May, Foster Awareness Month oversees all the different things that are happening within foster care, and we have in LA County over 34,000 children in the foster care system, which is more than any other state. So you can take the whole state of Texas, New York, any of them, and put that all together, and it still does not equal LA County. That crisis is even further, where about 60% of children in foster care end up homeless after they age out at the age of 18. And then there is a total of about 60% of children from the child welfare system that get caught up in human trafficking. These numbers are very alarming and not something that is taken lightly. And so we have Ian Lee, who has about 15 years of foster care experience. Ian, take it away.
Hi, Nick. Hi, everyone. My name's Ian Scott Lee. I'm here to talk about Foster Care Awareness Month. As we reach it, there are 440,000 foster youth nationwide. To give you an idea, there are 1.3 million members of the U.S. military. So a little less than 1/3 of the population of the military could make up this group of a small minority of people. This population is one that's struggling quite a bit. I spent 15 years working with itty-bitty baby-sized children to grown 18 to 21-year-olds. And the one thing I can tell you in working with them is they need help. They need you, and they need help now. 30,000 youth aged out of foster care between the ages of 18 to 21 annually. Within 4 years of aging out, 50% have no earnings, and those who do make an average annual income of $7,500. Only 5% of foster youth and 20% of urban youth report access to computers. The median age of a child in foster care is 6.5 years old, so we're not talking all teenagers. We're not talking about older kids that are aging out. Most of these are really young children that are going in and either have started with trauma that's going to develop when they get pulled out of their home, or they haven't. Their normal child that is placed in a circumstance outside their control that makes it difficult for them, and will experience significant traumas that you and I will never feel, even when we're talking under the auspice of a pandemic. If we are able to get in front of the foster care system, be able to be around those and show those children before they make it in the system that they are loved and they are cared for, then we will cut down on all the other aspects that we see in the news regarding our American population. Children that I've worked with, the thing they need most is someone to show them that they care and love for them. You do not have to take them in and be a foster parent in order to be able to help. But what you could do is be able to be that person next to them, be a mentor, be a tutor, be someone who provides for families, be someone who volunteers at places where they frequent. Go to their schools and see how you can help volunteer so that you can be part of their lives. That is the thing they need more than anything else. So if there's one wish I have for everyone, it's not to hear how bad the situation is, but to hear how much these children need help. No one needs to live their life in isolation. No one needs to be pulled away from their family and feel like they're not loved. But what we can do is, even if we cannot control the situation that they're in, we can control in how we take care of them. So with that, I hope that you will take a look at just Google foster care awareness, Google foster care organizations in your area, and see a way that you can help. Thanks.
Thank you, Ian, for that insight and your experience in the foster care world. We very much appreciate you sharing. And that is a wrap for episode 2 of Some Splendid News. Remember, your dreams are limitless.